So if I have 6 different Grand Theft Auto games, does that mean I have GTA 6? No, that wasn't funny? Well, Twitter thought it was funny. Last week was a huge week on YouTube for Grand Theft Auto 6. No, we didn't get any actual information from Rockstar Games about GTA 6, but we did get tons of fake GTA 6 screenshots, which I made multiple videos on proving that each one of those is fake. So this week I was thinking to myself, what can I post that is mildly entertaining? So I Googled how to suck at not being a YouTuber, and I came across this article from October 2013, and it is 10 most wanted locations and cities for Grand Theft Auto 6. Now, stop the beat a minute. I just want to say, this article is from October 2013. GTA 5 was just 1 month old when this article came out, and people were talking about GTA 6 way back then. So that's crazy. Now, I actually came up with my own list of 10 cities for GTA 6 that I would at least like to see. Some of those are far-fetched, some of those aren't. What I did is actually I came up with a different list than the one that I initially came across. I tried to keep it centered around Rockstar Games cities, meaning places that Rockstar has visited in the near past, whether it be in the Grand Theft Auto series or other games like Midnight Club, Max Payne, Manhunt, other places like that. I thought it would at least be interesting to keep it related to that. So if y'all enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Also, let me know down below in the comments if you could choose 3 cities for the next GTA to take place in, what would those cities be? And the reason I say 3 cities is Rockstar is always switching things up. So GTA San Andreas, we actually had 3 different cities, Las Venturas, San Fierro, and Los Santos, and multiple small towns in between. That was something new that they did with San Andreas. In GTA 5, well, we saw 3 protagonists. That was something new. So with Grand Theft Auto 6, I really think Rockstar is going to take it to the next level, and we will definitely have multiple cities in that game. I think the technology will finally allow that, and I'm almost positive, because this is something that actually goes back to Grand Theft Auto 1 that not many people may actually know about. But GTA 1 had 3 cities, and it had Liberty City, San Andreas, or Los Santos, excuse me, and Vice City, and that was way back in GTA 1. We haven't had that since GTA 1, where we could choose multiple big locations to go to. Other than that, we just had San Andreas. So we do know, and starting off the list here at number 10, London, the location of Grand Theft Auto 1, 1969 and 1961. This mission expansion for that game, it took place in London. It was cool. Other than that, though, we haven't been outside of the United States since this game. And, well, we know that actually we will never return to London. I've talked about this numerous times on the channel. I even mentioned it last week. But Dan Houser said back in 2013, and Dan Houser is one of the co-founders of Rockstar Games, that it's highly unlikely that a GTA will ever take place outside of the United States again. Obviously, that's due in part to the culture, being that GTA is a parody of American culture, so it just doesn't make sense. But we can go ahead and cross London off the list, but I had to include that in this video because I know there's a lot of London fans and people who would love to see GTA take place in London once again. Next up, we have Carcer City, number 9. Carcer City, for those of you who don't know, is actually the setting and location of Manhunt, one of Rockstar's very, very gory, gruesome games that they've ever created, and one of the most controversial games ever created outside of Bully and Grand Theft Auto. And Carcer City is a combination of a few different places. Detroit is one of them, a couple New England states. So very, very interesting. Now, Carcer City is one of those that I think is a little bit of a stretch, but we do know that Carcer City is in the same universe as Grand Theft Auto, as Carcer City is referenced all over the place. Michael actually references it during the Paleto Bay score, or the heist, in story mode, when he says that his first ever job or robbery was in 1988 on the outskirts of Carcer City. Also, Phil Cassidy, who is in multiple 3D era GTA games, is actually referenced in moving to Carcer City and opening up a gun store. So we do know that Carcer City is in the same universe and that it is shared. So who knows if it would make a cameo appearance as one of those smaller scale cities. Say we had Liberty City, Vice City, and then for some reason Carcer City in one game. That's it's a bit far-fetched, but also it's an interesting thought. Number 8, Tokyo. Now, believe it or not, this is probably the most interesting city in this video because in December 2003, Take-Two Interactive actually filed trademarks for GTA Tokyo and a couple other Grand Theft Auto games. But Tokyo? That would have been a very interesting location for a Grand Theft Auto game. I believe we actually end up visiting Tokyo in Midnight Club. Shout out to all the Midnight Club fans watching this video. How many do we have? Let me know down below in the comments. So anyways, back in 2003, this trademark was filed, and it's actually said in an interview that one of the sources said that as time went on, Rockstar realized the difficulty in moving Grand Theft Auto outside of the USA, where it has firmly embedded itself. So Grand Theft Auto Tokyo would be very interesting. I'm not sure if it would just be a complete Grand Theft Auto game if it wasn't in the United States. I know, typical American answer right there, but really it's just the case. I mean, look at GTA. I could talk about that forever. We'll save that for another video. But what I will say is that, and what I think Rockstar could do, is we've seen this in GTA San Andreas. There's one mission that actually takes us to Liberty City. We don't get all of Liberty City. We just get a small portion of Portland, I believe, and that's it. It's pretty cool to go there for a mission. We see the same thing in GTA 5 in the prologue and where we return to North Yankton to go to Brad's grave to stop Trevor. So we can add that, Rockstar can add that and do that in games, and if for some reason we decided to fly to Tokyo for one mission in a GTA single player, that would be actually pretty cool, and that's a great way to implement something brand new into the Grand Theft Auto series. Now, for number 7 and number 6, I'm going to go ahead and combine these two, and that is San Fierro and Las Venturas. So we haven't seen these cities since GTA San Andreas. There's pretty much 3 cities in the GTA series that have never been remastered in the HD universe. That would be San Fierro, Las Venturas, and Vice City. So as for San Fierro and Las Venturas, which we have in San Andreas, I don't really see any way that we could just have one specific Grand Theft Auto game take place in these locations. I just don't think it's big enough. It's really not that interesting. I mean, Las Venturas might be kind of cool. And I guess just starting with Las Venturas, obviously we've got the Strip. We've got Fremont Street. These touristy attractions, bright lights. I think this would be a great Grand Theft Auto game to just play at nighttime in-game with all the lights and things like that. But other than that, I mean, what are we going to do aside from the obvious casino heist? I mean, that's it. We do have the big desert surrounding Las Venturas, or Las Vegas in real life, as it is in the middle of a desert. So it might be cool to go find some dead bodies out in the desert, as that's one of the key locations where the mafia used to dump people way back in the day, and they probably still do. Now, as for San Fierro or San Francisco, we've got a couple landmarks there. We've got the Golden Gate Bridge, and but that's about all I could think of. And while I love San Francisco in real life, I think it's a very interesting place, I just can't see a Grand Theft Auto game taking place in either one of these locations unless they were added in like it was in San Andreas. So it's not the key main location, but it's just one of 3, 4, 5, 6 different cities. Number 5, Vice City. Now, this is the most obvious one. Obviously, I think this is where about 95% of GTA fans want to see the next Grand Theft Auto game take place, as Vice City, in and of itself as a game, was an amazing, revolutionary, pioneering Grand Theft Auto game in a very cool location that we just didn't get too much of a taste of. I think if Rockstar were to make GTA 6 take place in Vice City and make this the location and setting, it would be a lot bigger, as the original Vice City was very, very small. I'm sure we would actually see more of not necessarily a countryside, but the swamps, the Florida Everglades, things like that, alligators, all that kind of crazy stuff. I would bet that if the next Grand Theft Auto game takes place in Vice City, we will see that. We will see more of the surrounding areas outside of Vice City. And overall, I'm betting on this being the next location of the Grand Theft Auto, or of a Grand Theft Auto game, and the next location in the GTA series. Now, for number 4 and 3, I'm going to combine these two as well, like I did with San Fierro and Las Venturas, and that is San Andreas and Liberty City. Now, don't get San Andreas confused with Los Santos, but the whole state of San Andreas, what we have in GTA 5 right now. Now, the reason I'm combining the two is because we can't have GTA 6 take place in the same map as GTA 5. Nobody wants to do that. That would be ludicrous. That would be a great way for Rockstar to actually not sell any games or many copies of Grand Theft Auto 6, and it would just tarnish the legacy of Grand Theft Auto. But if we had San Andreas and Liberty City and Vice City like we did in GTA 1, that's a whole different story. That's great. We can do that. Or even if it was just Los Santos, that would be great as well. But I'm betting that it would at least have to be the whole state of San Andreas and the GTA 5 map. But the reason I combine Liberty City with this as well is because Liberty City is a great location. I wish we could have seen more of that in GTA 4. And what I mean by that is the whole state of Liberty State, which originally was going to be in Grand Theft Auto 4, but it was later cut just to focus on the city. We would have had the countryside, mountains, things like that. And that's what I think we will have if we have San Andreas, Liberty City, and Vice City in one GTA game. I think we'll have all of that, and that's what will actually connect the cities. We'll go through some mountains after we leave Liberty City, and we'll end up in Vice City, and then in Vice City, make it through the swamps, the Everglades, over some hills, and then we'll be in Los Santos. But Liberty City's a great location, but unfortunately, I wouldn't personally want to go back to Liberty City if it was just Liberty City by itself, because who wants to go from GTA 4 in 2008 and Liberty City to GTA 5 and San Andreas back to Liberty City? And let me add that before GTA 4, we were in San Andreas. So San Andreas, Liberty City, San Andreas, Liberty City. We got to change it up a little bit at least. Number 2, Brazil. So it's been rumored that GTA 6 is going to take place in not only Vice City, but Rio de Janeiro, somewhere down in Brazil. We're going to have a couple different locations, and that is Project Americas. We're going to be drug running, and it's going to take place in the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, and just across multiple decades. Now, like I mentioned earlier with Tokyo, I don't see Brazil being a main location for Grand Theft Auto 6. We might have a, like, town Rio de Janeiro, where it takes place, where a couple missions take place, but like a prominent location and setting just by itself, I don't see that happening. We've been to Brazil before. We've been to Sao Paulo back in Max Payne 3. It was cool seeing Rockstar's adaptation of that, but that's not Grand Theft Auto at all. So that's a location we might see, but I doubt it would be the actual prominent setting. And number 1, this is about the only far-fetched one I have in the video, but I wanted to just add it in because out of every location in the world, if I could choose one, I think Dubai might be an interesting location for Grand Theft Auto, as Dubai seems to be this very luxurious, modern, futuristic type city. That's the vibes I get when I think of Dubai. Like, the poor man's car in Dubai is a Lamborghini. Now, I just want to ask, how many people watching this video have been to Dubai or live in Dubai? That's one location in the world I would really like to go to. But everything about it, the architecture, the desert, I think it would just make for a pretty interesting GTA 6 location. But that said, those are 10 locations I would like to see Grand Theft Auto 6 take place in, and there are some possibilities about a few of those. So if y'all enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know down below in the comments, where would you like to see Grand Theft Auto 6 take place? Consider subscribing. And with that said, I'm Zach Cox. Thank y'all for tuning in, and I hope to see you in the next video.